One of the things I spend a lot of time doing in my communication is assisting people to clarify the fundamental craving that they have as a human being, because all human beings have fundamentally the same desire, the same soulful longing. However, all human beings tell a different story about that desire, and then they think they want the story rather than the sincerity of the desire. And of course, the story is an image projected into the future. And so in our own ways, we chase different versions of the future to connect with what we desire, but it always fails because it's imaginary. We do this same silly pattern as it relates to self-love, where the desire for self-love is intimately tied to that intrinsic longing that's the same for all humans. We articulate it as self-love, and then we create an image of a self to love. And then we think we must become that image in order to connect with that love, which is a conditional love predicated on future. If only I could do this, if only I could do that. And then we can hype ourselves up, which is a inflated sense of imaginary self-importance that says, oh, wow, I could really become this, or I could really become that. And if I could become that, wow, then I might get that love. So let's go. Let's get to the future. And, playfully, that can be fun for a little while until it turns into its own disaster. Beyond all of these images of love, beyond all of these projections of past and future, it's not a path of doing, because that implies future. It's a doorway into seeing. If I'm not experiencing what is craved, it's not because I'm not doing, it's because I'm not seeing that it's here, which invites a stillness and a willingness to look, which of course also simultaneously comes with a surrender of what you think you want tomorrow, because you can't do both. You can't be totally present while hoping the future turns out a certain way, which is often why this is so difficult unless there's time taken to really clarify these misunderstandings, because then you'll half-ass it. You're like, okay, well, I'll do this, but I really hope I get what I want in the future, which isn't really doing it. It's to almost recognize in the core of your being how profoundly deep and true this is, that what you crave is here right now and you just don't see it. And there's nothing for you in the future that will give you what you soulfully long for. The soulful longing, this fundamental craving that is articulated as I want to love myself, is actually saying I want to see love. And the mind confuses it as I want to love myself. But when we say the statement, I want to love myself, what we're really saying is I want to experience love. And to experience love only happens if you see love. So I want to see love. This is to point to something even deeper. But I think we can find resonance in this, that the statement, I want to love myself, is actually just saying, man, I would just really like to experience and feel love for what I am. But again, it's really, I just want to experience love. And this sets up another trap, which is we go looking for a particular flavor of love, a form, which becomes another condition. More than I want to experience love, what is really being asked for as it relates to the intrinsic longing is I want to see what's true. I want to see what's true about what I am. I want to connect with the realness of what I am, which is a soulful, spiritual longing to connect with the truth of life. And this is at the source of all desire within the human experience for every human being. And it can be so masked, so filtered with social conditioning that can be perceivably miles away from connecting with the authenticity of this craving. But really fundamentally, the craving is one to come home to the truth of life and see what you really are. Now, what does this have to do with love? To see the truth of what you are? Because the experience of love in whatever flavor appears is a natural byproduct of seeing the truth of what you are, seeing the truth of life, coming home.